Before we begin our senior night coverage in the BR football game against Middleboro, all of us here at BTV, along with I'm sure all of you, were shocked to learn the news that Charlie Simons passed away earlier this week. Charlie affected the lives of many people here in the community, not just as the town's former Parks and Rec director, but as someone who tried to be there for Bridgewater when needed. From the old Scotland Link site to the field many of these players learned football on, Legion Field, Charlie's dedication wasn't about seeking adulation from others or thanks, but rather to help make a better Bridgewater. Town Manager Michael Dutton notified the town staff in an email saying, quote, "It is with great sadness that I share that last evening our beloved colleague and friend Charlie Simons passed away. This loss is devastating to all who were blessed to know him. Charlie was a friend to all, willing to do whatever it took to help anyone who needed it. He never sought praise or recognition. He just did what his moral compass told him was right. We here at BTV would like to send our condolences to Charlie's family."
Color guard captain, Kimmy Storm. Drumline captain, Brady Gingell. Drum major, Olivia Jelsovic. And drum major, Braden Hackett. Folks, give it up for the seniors marching band. Next, we will be showing our support for our senior cheerleaders. First up, J.C. Campbell. Caitlin Lally. Sophia Perry. Taylor Robertson. Gianna Zine. Cheer captain, Kendall Carbino. Cheer captain, Ava Marie Hoyo. And cheer captain, Chloe Whitman. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your 2023 Bridgewater Raynham Trojans cheerleading team. Finally, your class of 2023 Trojan senior football players. Number 13, Gavin Gray. Number 14, Jack Lambert. Number 15, Michael Sweeney. Number 45, Logan Danoon. Number 55, Nathan Leach. Number 63, Ethan Hastings. Number 64, Cameron Davidson. Number 69, Bassem Audi. Number 77, Alex Blaine. Number 79, Christopher Hogue. And your Trojan captains, number 2, Delonte Jenkins. Number 5, Captain Danny Francis. And number 7, Captain Matt Powers. PR fans, please join me in reminding these wonderful community members and letting them know that we have been and always will be part of the Trojan family. We are. Thank you very much, folks.
Good evening and welcome to Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School as the BR Trojans get set to end the regular season with a matchup against the Middleboro Sachems. I'm John Locke coming to you from the region. We have Austin O'Hara with the camera up top on top of the press box. And this is a very interesting matchup for the BR Trojans. You figure in how they started the season, 2 blowout losses to Milford and Zavarian. After that, they go 4-1, a very impressive feat for this BR Trojans team who is celebrating senior night. So we'll actually get to the anthem in a little bit, but this gives us a chance to talk about what these two teams did last week, and they had very impressive victories. BR beating Dartmouth 37-0. Dawson DeBose was the story. 231 yards and 4 touchdowns, all of it in the first half. And we'll talk about Middleboro's night last week coming up in just a little bit as we do step aside now for the national anthem. the BR Marching Band with some help from the middle school band and also Red Nation in the crowd tonight. A senior night tradition here at the regional. Members of the middle school helping out as we look towards the future, and we'll also have the youth football players heading out on the field coming up at the half. Mentioned what Dawson DuBose did last week, those 231 rushing yards in the first half. Middleboro beating Abington 35-8. Jacob Briggs is certainly going to be a focal point here for the BR defense. 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown last week, going for 45 yards. Also 3 receivers getting a receiving touchdown. Justin Mather, Jack Kavaleski, and Brady Galvin. It's going to be very interesting, I should say, to see how Lou Pacheco's defense pans out here against number 10, Jacob Briggs. This is a Middleboro team that already secured the South Shore League Sullivan Division title last week in that win at Abington. Meanwhile, for the BR Trojans, this is a chance here to continue seeing what they have for the future. A very young team. Mentioned the strength of the junior class last week. Of course, Dawson DuBose and Declan Byrne, the 2 big players. They'll be coming back next year here for BR. And a pretty chilly night here at the regional. Kickoff temperature 46 degrees, a real feel 44. By the time we end things here tonight, 43 degrees. I'm sure exactly what our cameraman Austin wants to hear up top. So BR has won the toss. They will decline to the second half.
Bridgewater Random has won the toss and has decided to defer.
So again, this is going to be interesting, seeing how BR plays Jacob Briggs, this high-powered offense of the Sachems. Here on this senior night. Middleboro looking to build upon their resume here this season. They are in 6th place in the D4 Power Rankings, a rating of 13.28. BR's playoff hopes essentially all but down and out. They are in 17th place in the D2 rankings with an 8.46 ratings, of about more than a full point behind Concord Carlisle. So at this point here for the Trojans, it's all about winning tonight, looking to damper Middleboro's 6-1 season. Again, Lou Pacheco in his 2nd season after taking over for longtime head coach Dan Biron. All about that second half adjustment on the schedule. Last year off to a rough start. Managed to turn things around a little bit. Same thing this year. Again, a tough schedule against Milford and Zavarian to start off with. And 4-1 since those first 2 matchups. Really no win to speak of here at the regional early on, as Mason Berry will be kicking things off for BR. Caden Carullo and Justin Mather awaiting this kick, and away we go from the regional, end over end. This is going to go into the hands of Mather. And Mather will work his way to the 33-yard line. That's where the Middleboro offense starts out from.
Sachems take it out to the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Middleboro.
Again, the last couple of weeks, Jacob Briggs, the focal point of this offense. 7 total touchdowns, 3 against the Bulldogs a couple weeks ago of Rockland, and the aforementioned 4 against Abington. So they'll have Carullo and Brady Galvin on the near side. Empty backfield here for Briggs. Out of the gun, Briggs over the defense. Middleboro off on the right foot. Nate Tullish taking that one down. A 25-yard reception to start things off. Fast pace here. That one is complete to Tullish again. To the near side. He'll get roped up and taken out by number 18, Kawan Bento. Going to be a pickup of 8. Briggs, a very tall quarterback, maybe taller than some of the quarterbacks BR's faced in the past, so maybe a little easier to look over the defensive line of BR. Gentle drop back, Briggs to the near side. It takes about 2 or 3 Trojans, but he gets taken down by number 23, Charles Swenson. Good enough to move the chains, though. Going to be a pickup of about 3.
Quarterback chased down by number 55, Nathan Leach. Quarterback picks up a first down and be 1st and 10 from the 31.
If you're the Trojans, do you start dialing up different types of blitzes here? Try and make Briggs feel a little uncomfortable. Right now, split receiver set here. Hand off to Tullish. That is Tullish, who gets taken down for the stop of 2-yard loss.
2nd down, 2nd and 12.
Vincent Tavares coming in for some action here on the defensive side of the ball. Mather to the far side. Galvin on the near side here. A 2nd and 12. 9.5 remaining in the first quarter. Fakes the pitch. That is complete. Spins out of a defender's tackle. Takes 3 defenders to get the receiver down there. That's number 13, Mather.
Completed, taken down by number 28.
But a 7-yard gain.
Ryan Catino, 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
Just from first glance, looks like Middleboro does have the height advantage over the BR Trojans. A 3rd and 4. Just over 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Another quick, easy pass. That is complete, but that's going to bring up 4th down. Nice defense there by BR.
Screen pass. First to the ball, number 23, Chuck Swenson brings up 4th down.
Charles Swenson with a stop.
BR defense.
Your head coach, Patrick Kingman, you're kind of in no man's land, so you have to go for it from the 25, facing a 4th and about 4 here. Oh, they're calling a long 3. Three receivers to the far side. Briggs playing out of the gun. Briggs on the keeper, straight through the middle. And Briggs inside the 10, down to the 9. Might have lost the ball for a moment, but they'll call him down after the 16-yard charge by Jacob Briggs.
First down for Middleboro. 1st and goal from the 9.
Perhaps baiting in the defense there with those 2 screen passes on the last 2 plays. Perhaps opening things up for Briggs to part the Red Sea. So a new set of downs inside the 10 brings up a 1st and goal from the 9. Three receivers to the far side, Tulish in the backfield. Again, they go with the keeper. Briggs will get the forward progress up to about the 4, it looks like.
Second down, second goal from the 5.
It's actually a 4-yard gain, brings up goal to go situation from the 5. .64 all-purpose yards already for Jacob Briggs. Not even halfway through the first quarter. Quick shovel pass. And Middleboro will find the scoreboard first. I believe that was Trevor Puryear with the reception. So now PAT on the way by Matt Cohen. 5 for 5 last week on point afters. And the streak continues here. A 7-0 start for the Sachems.
Score, Middleboro 7. Trojans do get the ball.
There were some highlights on that drive for the BR defense. That gang tackling that we saw last week work out very well against Dartmouth Indians. Around the 25-yard line. Had Middleboro facing a 4th and about 4. But you got to give credit where it's due. Jacob Briggs showing he came to play here. Again, 7 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks. Again, no wind here at the regional. As Matt Cohen gonna kick things away with the Sachems up by a score. Off the bounce, decent return here, up to the 35. And that's where the BR offense starts out after a good return there by number 26, Owen King.
Number 28, Ryan Catino takes
Excuse me, 28, Ryan Catino.
The 35-yard line. It'll be BR first down. 1st and 10 from the 35.
Here comes Declan Byrne. Didn't throw the ball around a lot last week. Didn't need to with the insane performance of junior running back Dawson DeBose. As the Trojans offense starts out from the 35. The pitch to DeBose to the far side. Gets tripped up around the 40.
Pitch out to number 6, Dawson DeBose. DeBose picks up 5. DeBose picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Make it a 6-yard gain. I believe DeBose last week had 21 carries in the first quarter plus for BR last week. Carry number 2 is going to be a short pickup of about a yard or so for DeBose.
DeBose is good for another couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down, 30.
And the rushing attack isn't all about Dawson DeBose. There is a good supporting cast. We talk about that offensive line providing those holes, but also Ryan Catino providing good backup in the second half, including a rushing touchdown of his own last week. 3rd and 3, just over 7 minutes gone in the opening quarter. They stay with DeBose, and DeBose lunges across for the first down. He had about 3, got 4.
First down. Georgia start 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Number 5, Dane Francis on the near side. Handoff to Catino. And Catino inches his way close to the midfield. They'll call him down at the 48, though.
Number 28, Ryan Catino on the carry.
And the offensive line providing a lot of inside gap runs. Last week, DeBose made his way diagonally across the field on a couple of the touchdowns. 2nd and 7. Byrne rushed out of the pocket, and he will get taken down by number 53, Jake Jordan.
Satan's number 53, Jake Jordan. In the backfield to take down number 9, Declan Byrne, for a loss for the Trojans.
Jake Jordan, the 6'1", 240-pound senior, making his presence known here early on. As Byrne tried for that second effort to get out of the grasp of 53, but nonetheless gets taken out for the 7-yard loss inside the 3-minute mark in this first quarter. Francis the motion man. And he was the intended receiver, but bounces off his hands and brings out the Trojans kicking team with 2:44 to go. This is the point in the schedule here where there's really no playoffs to speak of or no playoff situation for BR to focus on. Do you try and play around with that playbook a little bit as Barry gets the high snap? And Middleboro will start from their own 27 after a pile of Trojans players make their way to number 40, the returner there, Andrew Falk.
First to the play, number 58, Vincent Tavares. Middleboro 1st and 10.
Tavares credited with the initial stop there on the return, so we'll see the Sachem offense come back out for their second offensive drive. Briggs already 5 for 5 tonight in the passing game to go along with 3 rushes. 4 receiver set here. Break straight through the middle into the hands of Caden Carullo for the 13-yard pickup and the Sachem's first down.
Pass to number 1, Caden Carullo. First down, Sachem.
Again, it's even noticeable up here in the press box, just looking at Briggs, the height advantage he has coming in here at 6'3". So a new set of downs for Middleboro. A handoff that goes nowhere, as that's number 57, Miles Beckett, with the stop.
Miles Beckett. Second down.
And Beckett, another member of that talented junior class. He just continues to get better as the season goes along. Empty backfield here for Middleboro. I believe the second time we've seen this setup. Briggs, a very smooth drop back, looking downfield. Too long of a pass for Tullish for his first incompletion of the night.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Sachems.
Very interesting play coming up here for the BR defense. Holding Middleboro now to a 3rd and 10 on their own side of the field. The last time we saw BR try and handle the pass, we saw Briggs take off for a decent run of 16. Third and 10, 1:10 left to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the far side. Briggs just taking his losses there, throws it incomplete, so it'll be a punt situation here for Middleboro after the Trojan blitzed in there on 3rd down. And as that throughout the defense goes here, stacking up the box and just bringing the front line. High booming kick. Takes a BR bounce. And sliding in to stop it there is number 59, Andrew Small.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Second quarter about to get underway. The BR Trojans down 7-0. They're driving here to open up the second quarter. Tossing the bows, already 5 carries. Byrne looking downfield. That's complete to Catino, who gets the first down inside the 40.
Pass to Catino is good for a BR first down. Trojans into Middleboro territory, 1st and 10 from the 38.
15-yard pickup there for Byrne to Catino. As we haven't seen much of the passing game from the BR Trojans over the past couple of weeks. So far, Byrne 1 for 2 with that pass that you just saw. Matthew Mullins, the motion man. Byrne surveying the field, had all the time. He completes that to number 6, Dawson DeBose, with a receiving game.
DeBose falls some blockers for a gain of about 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Perhaps a different way to use Dawson DeBose. That quick pass to the flat, no other option there for Declan Byrne. Brings up a 2nd and 2. They go back to the normal play here. Handoff to DeBose inside the 20, up to the 12-yard line. 18-yard pickup for Dawson DeBose.
Trojans will have 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
So new set of downs from the 12-yard line. Hand out to DeBose, but Middleboro had that one scouted out for a 2-yard loss. that's something to be careful of when you start talking about that Thanksgiving Eve matchup against the Brockton Boxers, a team known for their defense. You know they have number 6 circled on their list of things to look out for the BR Trojans. About 2.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Byrne completes the pass to the far side. A short pickup, but nonetheless a catch there by Nasir Argello.
Pass complete to number 3, Nasir Aguero. Third down, 3rd and 8.
Decent amount of the passing game on this drive. Of course, that 18-yard run by DeBose will help as well. It's 3rd and 8 as we go inside of the 9-minute mark. Byrne throwing here into the end zone. That is going to be caught. Dan Francis. The 10-yard receiving touchdown on senior night. The senior receiver finds a scoreboard. Or excuse me, that was DeBose with the receiving touchdown. As the eyesight's going here from the press box, apparently. Barry on for the PAT, and we're all knotted up at 7 with 8:41 to go in the first half. As we see some of the BR Trojans players celebrating with the youth football players on the sideline. Energetic crowd here at the regional here on senior night. Obviously Red Nation having a good time. Now a big drive coming up here for the defense as the offense gets a touchdown on the board, creates a new game. On that last offensive drive, Declan Byrne, 26 passing yards. That's 41 on the night. All unofficially, of course. Barry on for the kick, end over end. A strong kick by Barry as he boots that for a touchback. Mentioned Middleboro having a good season, 6-1. They're having their best season by a win-loss standard since the 2017 season when they beat Littleton in the Division VI Super Bowl 43-20. That year they were 10-3. Of course, Patrick Kingman, the head coach of the Sachems, and his team had their eyes set on the playoffs. Breaks, hands off on first down. Up the middle, I think that was number 44, Robert Henry, with the short pickup. As the youth players get behind the Trojans here, a 2nd and 8, going inside the 8-minute mark. A pitch to the near side, that goes nowhere though. As the Trojans defense quick to get to Henry.
3rd and 9 for the Sachems. 3rd down, folks.
So another 3rd and long situation. Do we see another empty backfield situation, maybe opening things up for Briggs to show off the legs? Try and empty out some of that defense for the BR Trojans up front.
Let's hear a 3rd down.
Briggs calm in the pocket, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, as that is knocked away by Kawan Bento.
Kawan Bento, 4th down, Sachems.
Briggs started this game off perfect 6 for 6, including a touchdown pass. But ever since then, incomplete on his last 3 pass attempts. Nearly blocked. Might have been partially blocked, as that's only going to get to the Middleboro 49.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the Sachems 49-yard line. Folks, just a reminder, I'll try that again. BR parents are selling BR commemorative hoodies for the BR Football Classic. BR versus Boston Boxers. Information is available over at the...
Can the BR offense take advantage of what the defense gave them there, starting with good field position already on the Middleboro side of the field with 6:42 to go in the first half? As Byrne got tripped up there on the handoff, DeBoe's going to get a couple.
DeBose brings it up to the 47.
Last week, BR starting from the Dartmouth 30 on the first 2 offensive drives, thanks to a couple of turnovers in the early part of the game. Again, the handoff to DeBose to the far side across the 45 to the 42.
DeBose to the 42. It'll be 3rd down. Trojans 3rd and 3. BR fans, let's be that 12th player.
Big 3rd down here as BR trying to eat away at the clock. 5:35 to go in the first half. Again, they'll get the ball to start things off in the second half. DeBose with the carry on 3rd down, gets the first down and a lot more inside the 30. Dawson DeBose taking off. Dawson DeBose to the house. How do you stop Dawson DeBose? 42 yards. The Middleboro defense getting tripped up all over itself. Brian Catino helping out along the way. And Dawson DeBose has had a fantasy couple of weeks here. His 6th touchdown in essentially 4 quarters of play. The kick is good, 14-7. Again, really important, the BR Trojans taking advantage of the opportunities that they have given to them. I talked about those 2 first drives last week against Dartmouth when they started from the Dartmouth 30. A number of penalties shot the Trojans in the foot. They had to settle for a field goal. But Dawson DeBose, again showing up here thanks to a 42-yard touchdown run. Berry with the kick. Strong kick from the 5. Decent return here. I think that was number 26, King, with the initial stop. And that was Justin Mather on the return.
First and 10 from the 30. Folks, don't forget to go over the concession stand now to get your
Again, Middleboro in a playoff type of situation here, starting the night off in 6th place in the D4 Power Rankings, a 13.28 rating. As they can do some moving around here in the last couple days of the season. Briggs on the keeper, gets the first down, gets wrapped up and taken down. I believe that was Francis with the stop.
Sachem's for the first down. It'll be first and 10 from the 40.
At this juncture, do you perhaps have Briggs try and beat you with the arm, as we've seen that he can obviously move straight through the middle of the defense, but incomplete on the last 3 passes. 4 receiver set. Hand off to Nate Tallish. And Tallish is met in the backfield. I think that was number 35, Abassi.
Stopped by number 35, Amin Abassi. Second down, second and 12.
Last thing Sachem's want to do here is give the ball back to BR when they're going to get the ball to open up the second half. 4:10 left to go in the second quarter. Sachem's down by 7. They tried faking the handoff. It was a keeper. The Trojans defense again coming up big. They're going to say Briggs was down as Delonte Jenkins clearly has the ball.
It'll be third down. Third and long for Middleboro.
Another situation there where the Trojans just bringing the heat on the front line. A 3rd and 16. Clock ticking away down to 3:16 to go in the second quarter. Tullish joining Briggs in the backfield.
Right in the play.
First penalty of the game.
Delay of game.
Coming at the 3:01 mark and a delay of game.
Let's hear it for him, folks. Third down again.
We've talked about it in the past when we have Skip in the press box. The referee's hand goes up inside 10 seconds to go. A 3rd and 21. The time continuing to tick down inside of 3 minutes. Tullish was moving. Briggs taking off, but Briggs will get wrapped up, taken down. Again, Bento coming up big.
Stopped quickly by number 18, Juan Bento. 4th down. Timeout.
It was a 7-yard gain as BR is going to take a timeout, 2:25 to conserve some clock. A 4th and about 13 coming up for the Sachems.
We'll go on to announcing our special guests at halftime, followed by the halftime show put on by the BR Marching.
And there's a whole bunch of red and blue in the far corner of the field. They're going to make their presence known coming up in about 2.5 minutes. Rainham Giants, Bridgewater Badgers. Very talented youth football programs. As we talked in the past about the Badgers' success in a number of Super Bowls. Middleboro going to kick away with 2:25 left to go until we get to halftime. We've had a couple of near blocks on the punts. That one is off cleanly. And again, it takes a BR bounce, and the Trojans going to start from their own 39, but still 2:16 to go, 2 timeouts. Lou Pacheco in good shape.
39-yard line. Trojans will have 1st and 10 from the 39.
As he looks to add on to this lead. And against Middleboro, you do need to pile up the points. As I talked about that Rockland game when Briggs had those 3 touchdowns. They were down 19-7 in the second half of that game before coming back for a 20-19 victory. Byrne with the pitch to DeBose. DeBose lowering his shoulders, gets the first down up to the 46. 15-yard pickup. Byrne looking downfield, taking off to the near side. Good decision there. Conserves the timeout, conserves the clock. That stops at 1:43 and picks up a few yards as well. Going to be about a 3-yard gain for Byrne. Argello and DJ Overall on the far side. A 4 receiver look here for BR on a 2nd and 6. Byrne completes the pass to Matthew Mullins. Going to be a yard shy of the first down marker though.
Third down, 3rd and 1.
Trojans back quickly. Minute 20 left in the first half. Byrne, keeper, first down, up to the 35.
Byrne holds on to it for a first down. They're going to move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 1st and 10 from the 35.
Good awareness there by Byrne. Seeing that defense was closing in on him, and DeBose taking off, going the other way. .113 left in the first half. Byrne looking downfield. He'll get taken down, though. Well, got out for a second and making something out of nothing there, up to the 31 for the 4-yard gain. Lou Pacheco calls his second timeout.
Rainham Giants and Bridgewater Badgers, if you could meet over at the concession stand end zone over in the corner.
Again, coming up at halftime, we'll have the halftime show, the cheerleaders and the band. Also, about a couple hundred football players going to be charging the turf. Almost like a good test of red light, green light, having them here. As they get excited about coming out here on the field. A tradition here on senior night as the regional looks forward to the future. And here for the football team, a very good future as a number of these players are coming back. You have Declan Byrne coming back, Dawson DeBose. Also Miles Beckett on the defensive side of the ball. Right now, though, a 2nd and 6. Byrne gets blitzed. There is a flag. Got taken down by Devin Hogan. And this is going against the Trojans for their first penalty of the night.
Holding against the Trojans, they're going to decline that penalty.
Middleboro going to decline the penalty. Clock's going to tick down. Byrne escaping, completes it to DeBose. And DeBose still on his feet, making up for the yardage to the 35.
Takes it out to the 35.
And the BR Trojans will burn their final timeout with 31 seconds to go. Scoring got started with Jacob Briggs completing a shovel pass to Trevor Purrier in the first quarter, but then Dawson DeBose, the recipient of a Declan Byrne 6-yard pass, and then DeBose taking off for a 42-yard run to give the Trojans the 14-7 lead as BR looks to add on here with 31 seconds to go. No timeouts. As we've seen Declan Byrne moving pretty well with the ball. With a couple keepers on this drive and very wisely getting to the sideline to conserve the clock. PR facing a 4th and 10. Again, about a half minute to go in the first half. They'll get the ball to open the second half. Byrne getting pressured. Byrne wrapped up and Byrne taken down by Mackay Landau.
Number 61, Devin Hogan. The turnover on downs for the Sachens. 1st and 10.
So 25 seconds and a full I was going to say a full complement of timeouts. As I say that, the Sachems call a timeout with 25 seconds to go. So Patrick Kingman can open up the playbook with an offense like Middleboro has. They can move the ball around and do some damage here with 25 seconds.
76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Another 4-receiver look for Middleboro. 3 receivers to the far side. Again, really no drop back. They tried going for the pitch. It was fumbled. BR takes over. Not exactly sure why you pitch it back there on that play instead of going out of bounds and just cutting your losses, but now 18 seconds, still no timeouts for BR, but a chance here you can try and add on to the scoring or take a knee. And with Lou Pacheco getting the ball to open the second half, would not be surprised if they go for option B. Looks like they're going to go for option A here, though. Looking to get some points. Byrne airing it out down the field. Was looking for perhaps the penalty there. Trying to pick up yards that way. Incomplete, though. 11 seconds to go in the first half. Intended receiver overall as the Red Nation sharing their thoughts on the play. Byrne officially 6 for 8 passing tonight after that incomplete pass. Again, Byrne launching it, was hit on the throw, or maybe bumped on the throw is a better way of putting that.
Pass incomplete. Third down, 3rd and 3.
Incomplete, 3 seconds to go until we hit the halftime break. Very good first half for BR, both sides of the ball. After the Middleboro offense had some big plays on that first drive. The defense showing up big, the BR offense showing up big as Dawson DeBose got inside the 20, but that is all he'll get. A 23-yard pickup will end the first half after Dawson DeBose's 12th carry of the night. DeBose has found the scoreboard twice. The BR Trojans up 14-7. We'll keep it here for the halftime festivities here on senior night at the regional.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause. Bridgewater Ram cheer team. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, I'd like us to welcome a very special halftime presentation tonight as we start with a presentation of youth football in America, where we are lucky to welcome those youth football players from the Bridgewater Badgers in their red jerseys and the Rainham Giants in their blue jerseys. The levels are represented and will run to midfield as they are called. Please welcome each level as they are called out. The Mighty Mites second graders are all at a jamboree this evening. But next, we'd like to welcome to the field the third and fourth grade Mites. Next, you'll find the fifth and sixth grade Pee-wees. And finally, that will be running to the field the 7th and 8th grade midgets, who this year will be their last year playing against one another. Hopefully next year they'll be coming to BR as one BR Trojan team. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause and show them that we are. Thank you very much. Olivia, the field is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the BR Marching Band.
Second half action about to kick off here from the regional. The PR Trojans up 14-7. John Luck here with you from the regional. We have Austin O'Hara up top on the press box, braving the fall-like, borderline winter-like temperatures here on a clear Friday night. Coming into this matchup here, a lot of people thought that Jacob Briggs was going to be a focal point for the Middleboro offense, and he has been, especially in the first quarter, as he found Trevor Purrier for a short reception to put the Sachems on top early 7-0, but then Dawson DeBose taking off with a 6-yard reception, followed by a 42-yard touchdown run. DeBose here tonight, 12 carries, 129 yards unofficially. Meanwhile, Declan Byrne throwing the ball here has gone 6 for 9. Unofficially, I have him down for 46 yards. Of course, with my math, it's usually a plus minus of about 25 or 30 yards, but nonetheless, the Trojans will receive here to open the second half. And again, with a quarterback and an offense like Middleboro has, points are really important here in the third quarter.
To start the second half.
And for the Trojans, it's simple. Don't overdo your job, as they've been clicking on all gears on all three parts of the game. Matt Cohen going to kick away. Again, this is senior night. A good turnout here as the Trojans continue to look to the future. The junior running back has done a great job here tonight. Second half underway end over end. To the near side, a nice return for Owen King, who gets pushed out.
Number 26, Owen King.
And BR's given themselves some good starting position on their offensive drives tonight.
It'll be 1st and 10.
Again, Declan Byrne doing well running the ball and passing the ball with those 46 passing yards. Bunch receivers to the near side. Abasi, the motion man. They're going to hand the ball off to Dawson DeBose to open up the third quarter offensively. And a small gain there for DeBose.
DeBose gets one. It'll be 2nd and 9.
So far tonight, we've seen DeBose carry the ball. Obviously, we've seen Byrne with some QB keeps. DeBose with a pitch here across the 40 and gives himself up at the 42 for the 3-yard gain. We also saw Gatino get a quick 2-yard rush as well.
DeBose picks up 2 more, 3rd and 7.
As Gatino checks in, Jenkins among those coming out, along with DJ Overall. 3rd and 7, Byrne under center. Fakes the handoff to DeBose. Quick pass to the near side. Coutinho into Middleboro territory inside the 35. 28-yard pickup.
First and 10 from the 31.
So right after Coutinho checks in, he gets a big first down. They go back to DeBose. Gain of 4 on the play.
DeBose picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 27-yard line.
Again, Middleboro playing for some playoff positioning. The BR Trojans trying to fine-tune some things over the next few weeks. Of course, they had that big matchup night before Thanksgiving at Fenway Park against Brockton. Second down handoff to DeBose. Stopped at the 25.
DeBose picks up 2 more. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Coming up on 3 minutes into this opening drive for the BR Trojans. They're at the Middleboro 25. Pitch goes again to DeBose to the near side. And he'll have just enough for the first down up to the 20.
Trojans 1st and 10 from the 21.
DeBose has had some good blocking in front of him all night long, especially when he goes outside the numbers. And again gets it there. New set of downs coming up on 8.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mullins on the near side. Give to DeBose, and Middleboro had that scouted out, but still moving the feet forward for a very small gain, but nonetheless staying positive. Showing that classic running back mentality, keep the feet moving forward, try and force good things to happen. Mullins on the near side, Francis on the far side of the field. Byrne was looking downfield. He gets sacked. A rough landing there for Declan Byrne. He checks out okay.
Incomplete pass, 3rd and 9.
It looked like Byrne wanted to go for a quick pass there. He was talking to Mullins as Mullins returned back to the huddle. So a 3rd and 9 here for the Trojans. And we get our first flag of the second half. And it's going against the Sachems.
Defense moves a little bit early. That'll move the ball up 5 yards. We'll have 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
A 4-receiver look here by the BR Trojans. Again, DeBose in the backfield, Byrne in the gun. Byrne with the pass, end zone, touchdown! Byrne to Mullins, 14-yard reception.
Pass complete from Declan Byrne to number 11, Matt Mullins. Touchdown,
Declan Burns showing off the arm tonight. Almost feels like they wanted to go for that play over the last couple quarters, especially on that last drive when Byrne got sacked very quickly. Berry on for the PAT. It's still a 13-point lead. That's going to be no good.
PAT's no good.
But nonetheless, a two-score advantage.
Station 7.
As we get set for our first look at the BR defense since the first half. And the defense has done a good job keeping Jacob Briggs in check. Carullo and Mather awaiting this kick. As you may be able to hear some of the pitter-patter of the youth football players here at the regional. Into the hands of Carullo, inside his own 15. Carullo to the 25, wrapped up. Looking to hold on to the ball more than anything else. He gets stopped with the forward progress around the 28-29 yard line.
Quickly by the BR defenders. First and 10 Sachems. First and 10 from the 28.
Jacob Briggs, 6 for 9, 59 yards unofficially. Passing, running the ball, he has 6 carries, 37 yards. An offensive performance that I think Lou Pacheco would be very happy with in that first half. Briggs, good timing in the pocket, completes that one to Mather. Mather taken down at the 47. Jenkins in there on the stop. Mather had a 32-yard receiving touchdown last week against Abington. Middleboro with a new set of downs here. Briggs, almost a one-handed grab by Mather, trying to audition for an OBJ-style catch. I will say it's interesting watching Briggs' time in the pocket. That offensive line gives him so much time. They can just casually sit there, decide what he wants to do. Ryan DeBona and Caden Carullo on the far side. Four receiver set, that's complete to Tullish. Tullish gets taken down right around midfield. Looks like Nathan Leach helping out there with the stop.
Third and 6. Big third down for the defense.
Coming up on 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. This could be a Key stop here for the Trojans. Again, Middleboro showing a four-receiver look. Briggs in the gun. He goes for the keeper, and he gets taken down. Abbasi in there, Miles Beckett in there.
First to the ball, number 35, Amin Abbasi.
We've said Amin Abbasi's name a lot here over the past couple of weeks, and it just shows that combo tackling of the BR defense. 2 or 3 on the ball, and it looks like Patrick Kingman's offense is going to go for it. 4th and 6 upcoming.
4th and 6.
Briggs drops back, got hit on the throw. That is complete to Mather, and he is off to the races. Justin Mather stopped just shy of the goal line.
Touchdown averted by number 18, Quan Bento.
Tawan Bento
Sachems will have first and goal.
stopping the Sachems right before they make things a little closer.
Goal from the 1-yard line.
Mather with some fancy footwork there, avoiding the shoestring tackle. Tight formation. Off the sweep. Trying to get in, and he is stopped just shy. Nate Tullish tried going for the sweep.
Second down, second goal from the 1. Stop is by number 79, Chris Hogue.
Chris Hogue called with a stop. And they're going to call break shy of the goal line, it looks like so far.
Stopped again. Hold on.
Not exactly sure what the conversation is here. Looks like it's a penalty on BR. Too many men on the field.
BR's called with too many men on the field. It will be second down. 2nd and 1.
So still a 2nd and goal from just inside the 1. And straight through the middle is Tullish.
It's a touchdown for the Sachems. Score is
And Middleboro making this a game here, 20-13. As Nate Tullish takes it in from 1 yard out. He tried going for the sweep, got stopped initially on the first play from a goal-to-go situation, but straight through the middle. That's going on for the PAT. He's been clutch here, and he continues to do so.
PAT is good.
No announcer jinx so far.
Sachems
A
14.
20-14 game, perhaps making that missed PAT in the first half a little more noteworthy. So the Middleboro drive, really big part of that was the breaks to Mather connection, a 49-yard play on a 4th and 5. As you can perhaps hear the Middleboro crowd across the field, obviously a close drive for Middleboro to get up here. Strong end over end kick. Takes a bounce. And King's going to take this from about his 3. Trying to pick up a couple extra yards. And the BR Trojans with their
26, Owen King.
worst starting position of the night so far to the 17.
17-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 17.
This has been a night where we've seen Byrne throwing the ball, perhaps trying to keep the Middleboro defense playing a little honest here, limiting some of those blitzes. They go to DeBose on the first play of this drive. DeBose to the far side, gets the first down. And Dawson DeBose, a healthy pickup to the 34. A 17-yard gain for number 6 on his 19th carry of the night. At the very least, that play, nothing can get done on this drive. You give yourself some good field position on the defensive side of the ball, but of course, Burn this offense, a new set of downs, looking to get on the scoreboard again. Across the 35 is DeBose to the 39.
Gary out to the 39. Second and 5.
DeBose already at 20 carries here in the third quarter. Don't forget last week he was done at halftime. Over 200 yards rushing in the first half last week. They go to DeBose again. He's going to be shy of the first down marker. Going to bring up a short to go situation.
DeBose picks up 4 more. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Third and 1 as Powers comes in, and I believe Abbasi checks out. Catino and DeBose in the backfield. Hand off to DeBose. First down, and DeBose into Middleboro territory. 8-yard gain.
Trojans in Sachem territory, 1st and 10 from the 49.
The question of how do you stop Dawson DeBose is going to really be an interesting question for whoever the Trojans play over the next few weeks. Obviously Brockton Thanksgiving Eve, but perhaps more importantly next year. Byrne airing it out, looking downfield. He was intending that pass for Mullins.
Pass incomplete to Mullins.
We did see Byrne to Mullins from 14 yards out on the last offensive drive, but now it's 2nd and 10, 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Split receivers for the Trojans, fakes the handoff to DeBose, completes a pass to Catino across the 40, and Catino gets pulled down at the 35.
Moving the chains for another BR. Trojans first and 10 from the 35.
14-yard pickup. Clock winds down to 20 seconds. Perhaps BR can take this down to the end of the third quarter. Down to 5, and we will go to quarter number 4 as the BR Trojans on senior night are up by 6 against the Middleboro Sachems. As this game continues to go on, this is getting good here from the regional. We'll have fourth quarter action coming up in just a minute. Sachems and Trojans in a close one here, 20-14 as we start things off in the fourth quarter with a new set down for the Trojans. Split receiver set. Pitch goes to DeBose to the near side. DeBose charging for that 25-yard line, and he'll get there.
First down, Trojans. First and 10 from the 23.
Well, DeBose's runs over the last couple of weeks have been to the numbers. We've seen a few tonight go to the middle part of the field, but a lot of these runs have gone to the far sides of the field where the defense starts to break up a little bit. They stick with DeBose to the 20.
DeBose good for 3 yards. It'll be second down. Second and 7.
Interesting to see, do the Trojans try and break things up a little bit here, go for passing play on a second and 7 when the defense has to play at normal depths. Sticking with the running game, and DeBose gets double teamed. Taken down initially by number 53, Jake Jordan. And Jordan was taken down by, not sure if that was a friendly fire type of situation there, just unfortunate set of circumstances. Three receivers to the far side, a 3rd and 7. Pitch to DeBose. He's passed, he's run, he can throw here. Dawson DeBose with a passing play to Amina Bassi.
Amina Bassi from number 6, Dawson DeBose. First down, Trojans. It'll be first and goal from the 7-yard line.
Dawson DeBose wants to make sure he's all over the score sheet. Catching, running, and now passing, completing that pass to Abassi for a 15-yard gain. Now first and goal from the 7. And we get a timeout called by the BR Trojans as Lou Pacheco wants to talk things over on an important drive with 9:07 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Folks, don't forget to give a round of applause to your BR cheerleading team as well as your BR marching.
Right now they're inside the 10, so you're in field goal territory here if you do need to go for it, but obviously Trojans feel a little more comfortable with a potentially 13-point advantage. As the crowd here continues to watch on, really nobody's left this game as they watch a pretty good matchup, 20-14, just over 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Francis lines up on the near side, Mullins on the far side. Pitch to DeBose, charging through, Dawson DeBose, touchdown! The BR version of Mr. Touchdown does it again. Mentioned DeBose has been going to either side of the field, creating a lot of open field potential, and he continues to do it there as he picks up the 7-yard touchdown play. And the Trojans going to go for 2 here. Pitch to DeBose, to the near side, untouched for 2. So that puts everybody's mind a little more at ease now, a 14-point advantage. With 9:01 to go. Again, from a playoff standpoint, this is a big game for Middleboro. So is this the point when we start to see the passing game break out and perhaps some large plays? BR realizing they were a player short for a kickoff, that could be an issue. Barry on for the kick. Strong end over into the far side, into the hands of number 13, Mather. And Mather gets stopped shy of the 30 to the 26-yard line. Trojans have kept Middleboro in check except for that 49-yard play on that last drive. Breaks to Mather. Everything else has been relatively reasonable. Briggs did have a 25-yard run to open up the night. Short drop back, incomplete to Carullo. Earlier, Briggs had a point when he was incomplete on 3 straight passes and 4 out of 5. Briggs trying to escape. There's no escaping Miles Beckett.
Number 57, Miles Beckett.
If you need a big defensive stop in the second half, number 57 is usually there to help out. A 4-yard loss. And the clock continues to tick down, approaching 8 minutes. Third and 14. One-on-one matchup on the near side. Briggs hit on the throw, intercepted. Again, who else is there but number 57? Again, another junior with a big play, this time on defense. A little too much time there for Briggs in the pocket. Got hit on the throw on the elbow, and nobody there except for 3 Trojans and number 57 coming up with it. DeBose on first down. Trying to elude defenders to the 20 he goes. Call him down at the 21 actually. Nonetheless, going to be about a 10-yard pickup. Just shy of the first down, so 9-yard gain for DeBose. Approaching 30 carries on the night. Clock ticking down. Exactly what the Trojans want to happen. This play will take us to around the 7-minute mark. DeBose inside the 15, charging through inside the 10.
DeBose, Trojans first and goal.
Looked like it was going to be a broken play, but how about a 13-yard gain?
First down, BR.
Interesting watching DeBose run, creating those opportunities for himself. As I said, just keeping those legs going, trying to create a big play out of a small play. Inside of 6.5. Abassi, the motion man. DeBose gets the carry. Straight through the middle, up to around the 2.
DeBose cuts back. Second down.
We'll go inside of 6.
Second and goal from the 2.
The Trojans look a little more relaxed here tonight. Of course, not a lot of playoff implications for them here this season, but of course a matchup against the Brockton Boxers Thanksgiving Eve. We'll have coverage of that game. Quick pitch over to DeBose, looking for another touchdown. He gets to the 1.
1 more yard, it'll be third down, 3rd and 1. Trojans looking for their fans to give them a big cheer.
Clock ticks down to 4:50. A touchdown here would pretty much be the capper on the night. Handoff to Catino, and he says goodnight, Middleboro. Dawson DeBose with a lot of carries here tonight. Ryan Catino getting in on the action here, perhaps putting an end to the evening here for both teams. A 34-14 game, 4:32 to go in the fourth quarter. Trojans gonna go for two. Byrne completes to Catino. Looks like they were trying to wave it off, and they are. So,
Hold on. Correction with my last. There was a flag in the play that I missed. Sorry.
these are days when you need a Sean Hockey on the field, a microphone explaining everything. But foul, penalty, I should say, nonetheless, going on the Trojans. So again, BR going to go for two. Byrne getting rushed. Trying to go for the end zone, head over heels. Declan Byrne gets two. Declan Byrne's feeling it tonight.
And that puts the score. Trojans 36, Patrons 14.
The future is bright here at the regional. So it's about panic time now for Middleboro. And Patrick Kingman, 432, down by 22. As the Trojans did a good job killing off a lot of clock on that drive. Looking for one final stand here from the defense. There again, letting it fly. Sachem starting from their own 10 here. This is Mather taking it, and Mather tripped up. There's a flag.
Ball taken up past the 30, taken down by number 4.
As the motion starting to run a little high here in a 22-point game. This has been a pretty clean game. Only 2 accepted penalties, I believe, going against the Trojans.
Trojans called with the face mask. We're going to move that ball up.
Last week, I think the Trojans had approaching 10 penalties. And tonight, I think it's only been 2 accepted. 1 was declined.
15-yard penalty. That'll put the ball at the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sachems from the 48.
The last thing you want to do here is give Middleboro any free yards. Henry in the backfield along with Briggs. Briggs getting rushed. Has to throw it away. He was feeling the heat by Abassi.
Pass incomplete. Second down, second and
Amin Abassi beating his man to the quarterback. Just speaks to what this defense has done tonight. Miles Beckett, a couple of key stops and an interception as well. We've been saying Amin Abassi's name a lot. Three receiver set. Hand off to Henry, and that goes absolutely nowhere. A 4-yard loss for Robert Henry. Go inside of 4 minutes now, down to 3:45. Here comes the pressure again. Quick pass to the far side to Justin Mather. But still going to bring up a 4th and long. And again, the Trojan schedule is unknown at this point. The only thing we know, next officially scheduled game taking place Thanksgiving Eve against the Boxers at Fenway. But tonight, senior night, the last regularly scheduled home game here as the high school football season comes to a close this weekend. Briggs throwing deep for potentially the final offensive play of the night, and that should be the case. Incomplete. Good secondary work there by the Trojans as the offense getting set to come back on to potentially bring the night to a close. As we come to a close here at the regional in a couple of minutes, I want to thank Austin O'Hara hanging out up top on the press box. I'm sure loving the decision to help us out at BTV. Nice 45 degree night, and he did come prepared with a winter jacket and hat and gloves. So, I mean, there's that. It is cold in the press box, too, if that is any solace. DeBose will get wrapped up around the 45. As Middleboro just going to let the clock wind down and
DeBose on the carry. Second down, second and 8.
count down the last couple minutes. Of course, you can also volunteer at BTV. You can visit btvaccess.com, call 508-697-1833 as well. As we get set for the winter sports schedule and we go indoors where a little more comfortable. Hand off to DeBose. Goes to the far side this time and gets stuffed. And there's a flag. And that is probably going on Middleboro, I would guess. And I guessed right.
Going to move them up 15 yards. That'll be an automatic first down for the Trojans.
All BR wants to do at this point is wind that clock down. They don't care if they get offensive plays off. As a parade of red lights gets set to
Trojans first and 10 from the 28.
make its way out to the intersection of Mount Prospect Street. Final 70 seconds upcoming. Handoff to Catino, another flag. And I may have jinxed it saying that this was a clean game up to this point.
Catino on the carry, flag on the play.
A false start on BR. Nonetheless, Lou Pacheco has to be very happy with what his team did here tonight. Especially on the defense, keeping Briggs in check and the play of Abassi and Miles Beckett as well.
First down, first and 15.
Plus Dawson DeBose going off for what has to be nearly 200 yards. Everybody loves this play, especially if you're the winning team. A knee by Declan Byrne, and that should do it. The BR Trojans, after starting the season off 0-2, will win 4 of their last 5 games. I said it before, and I'll say it again. The future is bright for the BR Trojans. And what a way to celebrate here on senior night.
The clock clicks down, folks.
Final seconds tick away here. The BR Trojans going to improve their record overall to 5-3. Middleboro going to fall to 6-2 as they await their postseason chase. But on this night, it's Dawson DeBose doing a lot of work for the BR Trojans. That'll do it for us here at the regional. Final score for the final time, 36-14. We'll keep you updated on the Trojans' upcoming schedule. Don't forget, we know BR will be in Boston Thanksgiving Eve, Fenway Park against the Boxers. We'll keep you updated on the BR Trojans football schedule as we approach Thanksgiving. But for now, I'm John Luck. Thanks for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen,